what's going on? We're up here doing max effort upper body. We're going to be doing some banded bench. This is currently how I have it set up, where the band will go from here to the bottom. I already warmed up with the bar, just made sure form and everything was intact. Everything felt good. I got all warmed up. I haven't banded bench before. I would have somebody watch you just in case. But for a lot of people, they don't realize what it really does. So it's gonna try and slam the bar down as fast to your chest as you can, and you're gonna basically just try and control it the whole way, and then you're gonna shoot it up as fast as you can. And what that's gonna teach you to do is not only overcome at the top, but it's gonna strengthen your tricep at that lockout. So to me, it is a must to have a band or a chain or some type of releaser when you're doing everything, and you want to switch it up. You do not want to do this every week. You will get used to it, you will get accommodated to it, and you won't see that growth that you saw at first when you first started. So, and I'll start getting pretty heavy, but I'll still be in control of it, if that makes sense. You want to start getting up to about that 80%, 85%, and you want to do it for 2 nice reps. You want to have good form, good speed, good technique, and so on and so forth. So, heavy, your body's going to get used to lifting heavy. And if you keep lifting lightweight, your body's going to get used to lightweight. That's my personal opinion. That's how I feel. Every time I get set up for the rack, I put my nose right behind the bar, or right underneath the bar. And what I'll do is I'll kind of push my back into it to where I have a spring, and I'll widen my feet out to where I feel like I'm not movable, like nothing in here is going to move. So once I get my body set, I get my hands positioned, I make sure everything's nice and tight. I'm on the bench all the way. Get all set. Take a big breath, unrack. Walk it out. Now you want to look straight up. You want to make sure your forearms are straight. You want to come down, you want to hit the same spot every time. So come down, press. Come down, press. I'm not sure what weight this is going to be with the bands. My guess is right now I'm probably like 130, 155 maybe, between 135 and 155. I'm not 100% sure. I can look it up. I really need to start figuring that out. But it's different for everybody. Your arm may have an inch of this span right here alone, and that is going to cause you to have a longer reach. It's also the difference on where it's touching your chest. If your chest doesn't puff out as far, everybody is built differently, so everybody's range of motion is completely different. So to me, this could be 50 pounds each side, but to some guy that's shorter, it could be like 20, and he's just little arming it. So it totally just depends. So today I'm going to be using my Mark Bell arm sleeves. Just the material this is made out of feels really good to me. It helps with compression. The more your muscles compress, the more power you're going to exert, the better it's going to feel, the less possibility of injury. SBD, I believe there's 2 different kinds. There's like a hard and a not as hard. I went with the not as hard, as I've tried ones that are hard and they're just too hard for me. But personally, I really like these. Another tip I learned from Westside is when you stand straight up and you kind of get your perfect posture and you limp your arm down, pull your hand up to 90 degrees and rotate in. And right where that touches is right where the barbell should be hitting on your bench. That was their like telltale way of saying, okay, this is where the bar needs to hit. So to demonstrate that, I'll go ahead and I'll chalk up my bar and we'll see where it's hitting on me. As you can see, we have no chalk starting, so we'll be able to tell where it's hitting. So as we can see, this is where the barbell hit twice. That's pretty close in retrospect. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. As we pull my hand up 90 and rotate in, that's damn near spot on. So I know my bar positioning is good. There's probably a few more things I need to work on. My leg drive is one, but that all comes with time. You can't learn that overnight. So just for fun to show you guys since I have it out, this is the Mark Bell slingshot. I'm going to put it on and I'm going to do the same way I've been doing. I'm just going to do it for one set to show you, just to show you how much it helps. It doesn't do 100% of the work for you. You'll see as it's not touching my chest, I come down and it's going to form kind of a band of its own. It's all like elastic, it separates here, and it'll slingshot it back up, hence the name. So you still have to work. You still have to hold it in your hand. You still have to control it down. You still have to lock it out. Like there's still stuff that it's all on you. This just makes you have perfect form, and it kind of shows you the speed and direction in which you need to work towards. So it's not cheating. It's a tool. It helps you learn, and it shows you what it feels like and stuff like that. So when you get stronger and you go back to lighter weight, you'll be like, wow, holy shit. So all you do is just slide it up over. This one's a little big for me, so I actually go over my arm sleeves. I don't use this very often. I might throw it in at the end just for fun, but I don't dedicate a workout around this. But yeah, you kind of want it a little bit past your elbow crease, right where this crease is right here. And you want to look at it. It's basically got to be just your tricep portion right here, and boom. So I'll show you what it looks like. Right there you can see I did 6 reps of that. Relatively easy. I mean, there was still some force in it, and there was momentum being used at the bottom, but it probably brings it down 30%, something like that. I think he says online what it ultimately does. It just depends on the user and where you put it, on how much work it does for you. Nobody's the same on it. So check that out. If you're a mental lifter like me, where I just completely see the weight and I freeze, I need to get past that, and that's something I'm working on. That helps. move on to the JM press. He explains it really well in his YouTube video. I'll try and do my best to do it as correctly as possible. And I'll walk through the motion with just the bar, and then I'll start adding weight. So you want to basically set up like you're benching, but the width of your hands needs to come in. You need to have your pinky where the knurling starts. So you unrack, bring it out as if you're going to come down a bench. You're going to come down to the point where your forearm starts to touch your biceps, and then you're going to roll it straight to your forehead, and then you're punching forward. So once you get in that motion, it should start looking something like this. You'll feel it in a different part of your tricep, and that part of your tricep is what helps you lock out on your bench. Another note is to wrap your thumb around the bar so that you're strictly focused on the tricep. And even with just the bar, you should feel it. This isn't an exercise where people load up a lot of weight. If you're really strong, you will. But usually I only work up to like 95 total. So you start doing it for about 10, 15 reps, and you're going to start feeling it right on this part right here by your funny bone. So So we're going to go ahead and do some cable accessories. I'm not even sure how much this is rated for, so we're just going to send it and find out what happens. We're just going to go ahead and do some quick push downs, get a good pump, good extension in. Not the best way to do it, but we're going to finish and do some face pulls. that's all I got for today. Every week something's going to be different, and obviously with my limited amount of equipment, some lifts may overlap, some lifts may change slightly. So stay tuned. Thanks.